and forth between soft questions and harder questions. Soft being more personality and approach, and hard being more policy specific. First one is a soft question, and Mayor Bemis, why did you get into politics?
It's a question I often ask myself. No, actually I got into politics. I opened up my first business in Gresham. And Gresham, I'd always had a love for the community. While I was in high school, I had worked in a family-owned department store that had been in business for 50 years. And while I was working in that department store, every mayor came through, the police chief came through, city councilors came through, and I got to see how those people made decisions for the community and how important public service was to the community. So when I opened my first business and I went through the permitting process at City Hall, it got me intrigued to think that there must be a better way to do business than the way that it was being done. I got involved in my Chamber of Commerce. I ran the Governmental Affairs Committee for the Chamber, and then one thing led to another. I became a city councilor. I ran for city council, and then 4 years later, I ran for mayor and was elected to mayor. I absolutely love it. I don't think there's any better job in politics than being the mayor of your hometown. It's just a fun job, and you get to see change immediately at times, more so than you do at other levels of government. So it's a great honor and a privilege to serve as Gresham's mayor.
Thank you. What got you into politics?
I thought you were going to change up the question on me, Bill.
No.
Well, I think that's an important question to ask anyone who's running for a political office, and my answer is pretty simple. I just couldn't take it anymore. A few years ago, I just seeing what's happening to our state, the state that I love and grew up in, and I said I have to make a difference, and there's so much we can do. Oregon should be one of the greatest places in the world to live, work, and play, and it just kills me to see where we've gone over the last 20 years. And it's not that complex to fix. It really takes good leadership that sets the right priorities and then works to unite people, not to divide people. And I think that's been missing for decades in the state, and we need to put it to an end.
Thank you.
In 1984, I had the opportunity to go back to Washington, D.C. I was invited back by the Reagan administration to go to the White House to meet with one or two other individuals from each state who they referred to us as young Turks that had a future in politics. I didn't know if I did or didn't, but I certainly wanted the opportunity. So I went back and listened to the president and each of the cabinet members as they spoke about the challenges of being part of the federal government. And when I left there, I realized that these were good men and women who cared about the country, who were willing to leave the comfort of their homes and their practices and their families and go back and serve. And so I came home a Reagan Republican. And I thought, you know, if they can do that, someday I can do that. And it put me on a path which ultimately led for me to be in the state legislature and then now to be Secretary of State. It's been the same path that was followed by early, from the time of Jefferson or from Washington when they left their plantations and their homes and went to serve at the beginning of our nation, and now we need to be serving as servants for our state. And so that's what led me into politics.
Great opening.